Amelia Bedelia's first library card. Amelia Bedelia loved books and she loved to read. That's why she was so happy the day her teacher, Miss Edwards, took the class to visit the town library. "Welcome to the library," said the lady in the lobby. "I am Miss Reilly, the children's librarian. We have lots of great things to show you. But first, one rule. There is no food or drink allowed in the library. We don't want any icky sticky books, do we?" "No!" shouted the class. Amelia Bedelia quickly finished her juice box. She wasn't really supposed to be drinking it anyway. She looked around for a place to put it. "The library's great," she thought as she shoved her juice box into a handy trash can just for kids. "Now let me show you how to return a book," said Miss Reilly. "You just slip it in here like this." She slid a book to the slot. "Let's go see where it went and what happens next." "Uh-oh," thought Amelia Bedelia. Everyone followed Miss Reilly to see the bins. They caught the books. She reached into the bin and pulled out one crumpled juice box. "We will check this into the trash," she said, dropping it into a waste paper basket. "See why we don't like food or drink in this library? This book is wet and sticky." "Now come with me," said Miss Reilly. "Let me introduce you to Thomas B. at the circulation desk. He is checking books and checking books out too." "Hey kids," said Thomas B. "Who wants to check in a book?" Everyone took a turn with the book scanner. Beep, beep, beep. The librarians showed the class how books are sorted onto carts, wheeled through the library, and put back exactly where they belong. "We have books in every subject you can think of," said Miss Reilly, "from history to art supplies, to art, to sports, to science. And there are lots of good stories in the stacks too." Amelia Bedelia didn't see any stacks. She looked around for something in piles, like hay or pancakes, but all she could see was shelves of books. At last, they arrived at the children's room. "This is my favorite place," said Miss Reilly. "Please make yourselves at home." "Hey," said Skip, "the fish are afraid of me." "They can read," said Amelia Bedelia said. "Your shirt makes them feel like lunch." Mrs. Reilly went to her desk and picked up a bundle of plastic cards. She removed the rubber band and put it on her wrist. "This is my librarian jewelry," she said, smiling. Then she gave the cards to Miss Edwards. "Hooray, hooray, hooray! Here's a library card for each one of you," said Miss Edwards. "Now you can check out books whenever you like." The whole class cheered. "Remember when we talked about how a library works, chickadees?" asked Miss Edwards. "The library shares these books with everyone in town." "That's right," said Miss Reilly. "When you check one out, you are taking a turn with it. At our library, your turn lasts for 3 weeks. Penny raised her hand. "What if you don't return your book on time?" "Well, you can renew it and get extra time," said Miss Reilly. "But if you keep it past the due date, you get a fine." That sounded okay to Amelia Bedelia. Getting a fine was not as good as getting an excellent, but it was not as bad as getting a terrible. We have a few minutes before we head back to school, said Miss Edwards. Please choose one book, then use your new library card to check it out. I'd like to check out this chapter book, said Dawn. Terrific, said Miss Reilly. Let's try my finger test. She opened Dawn's book to the first chapter. As she moved across the page, Dawn read every word out loud. Wonderful, said Miss Reilly. This is a perfect book for you. Now, does anyone need help? Miss Reilly showed them where to find the chapter books and picture books, and showed them where to find the books about famous people, and books about animals, and books by their favorite authors. Miss Reilly even showed them a special shelf for audiobooks. These are for kids who like to read with their ears, she said. Amelia Bedelia decided that she wanted to learn to read with her eyes first. With so many books, it was hard for Amelia Bedelia to choose. Just one. She held up her fingers, shut her eyes, and twirled around and around. The winner of her finger test was on the top shelf. Those are for older kids, said Miss Reilly. They're over your head. I know, said Amelia Bedelia. That's why I need help. Come with me, said Miss Reilly. I bet you'd like these books better. They're exactly on your level. Miss Reilly was right. Amelia Bedelia could reach them all. She chose a book about cupcakes and got in line behind Teddy. Hey, Amelia Bedelia, said Teddy. Which ones did I get? Yeah, yelled Amelia Bedelia. Miss Reilly raised both eyebrows. Sorry, said Amelia Bedelia. I thought Tyrannosaurus Rex was gonna bite off my nose. I can't wait to read this to my little brother, said Teddy. He handed the other book to Amelia Bedelia. Here, he said, check this one out. Amelia Bedelia opened the book, slowly and carefully. No teeth, no scales, no dinosaurs. This one was about clouds and the weather. Next, said Thomas B. I'm just checking this out, said Amelia Bedelia. Looks interesting, said Thomas B. May I see it along with your library card? Amelia Bedelia handed him both. Beep. Here we go, said Thomas B. It's due back 3 weeks. Oh no! Amelia Bedelia was about to shout. Wait, that's a mistake. I don't want a book about clouds. I wanted this book about cupcakes. But just then, Miss Edwards called. Time to go back to school. Amelia Bedelia was furious. On her way out, she glared at the book return slot. She felt like shoving the silly weather book in there right this minute. But she wouldn't have a book to take home. This was supposed to be a great visit, but it started out badly and ended worse. Amelia Bedelia was still upset when she got home. She headed straight for her swing set and swung as high as she could, trying to kick every cloud out of the sky. Then she lay down in the grass, looked up as the clouds grew bigger and bigger. Amelia Bedelia imagined she could see all sorts of wonderful, happy things in them. She took her library book out of her backpack. She had just found the page that described the big stormy cloud above her when her mother called, Amelia Bedelia, Aunt Mary is here. Yippee, said Amelia Bedelia. Aunt Mary brought Amelia Bedelia a fancy purse, a perfect place The perfect place to carry her new library card. Thank you, said Amelia Bedelia. This turned out to be a great day after all. You sound like you're on cloud 9, said Aunt Mary. Amelia Bedelia couldn't wait to look up cloud 9 in her book. Boom went a clap of thunder. It began to pour. Her book! Boom! Oh no, said Amelia Bedelia. She ran to the rescue. I'll be right back. We can't go outside, young lady, said her mother. It's too dangerous. Another enormous boom rattled the windows. The lightning and thunder and rain didn't let up. It stormed all afternoon and through the night. Amelia Bedelia couldn't fall asleep for a long time. When she did, she dreamed about storm clouds filled with horrible, scary things. The next morning was sunny. But Amelia Bedelia's library book was completely soaked. The pages looked all wrinkled, like her fingers did when she stayed in the bathtub too long. Amelia Bedelia was too upset to eat her breakfast. Is something wrong? Her dad asked. You look under the weather. I'm okay, she said, but my library book was under the weather all night. Yip, said her dad. It's practically pulp. Amelia Bedelia let out a sob. She thought only orange juice had pulp. Oh, sweetie, accidents happen, said her mom. I'll take you to the library after school. You can explain everything. That afternoon, Amelia Bedelia and her mother went to the library. My, said Miss Reilly, you really did read up a storm. Amelia Bedelia's mother smiled and offered to replace the book. Thank you, said Miss Reilly. Amelia Bedelia, I can tell that you love books as much as I do. She put a rubber band on Amelia Bedelia's wrist. Here's an official librarian's bracelet just for you. Thanks, said Amelia Bedelia. I know you don't allow food in the library, but I brought you a cupcake to say I'm sorry. Said Miss Reilly. Can it pass my finger test? Can you really read the cupcake? Amelia Bedelia asked. Miss Reilly took a swipe of frosting and tasted it. Yum! She said. Amelia Bedelia, I'm glad you brought this in for me to check out. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Amelia Bedelia accidentally put the juice box inside the place where she's supposed to return books. Amelia Bedelia joins the club by Herman, Parish. Pictures by Lynn, Avril. Amelia Bedelia loved her school. She liked the way everyone got along. They worked together, they played together, they took turns and shared everything. Let's Pat have a turn. Daisy gets the glue next. You can go ahead of me. I like your idea better. This way it's easier. Try some of my chips. Amelia Bedelia's class always got along until it rained. That's when her class split into two. We are the puddle jumpers. We are the puddle stompers. Puddle jumpers took running leaps and flew over puddles. Puddle stompers took running leaps and landed in puddles. Come and sail over puddles with us, said Clay. Puddles are not big enough to sail across, said Amelia Bedelia. Come and dive into puddles with us, said Holly. Puddles are too small to dive into, said Amelia Bedelia. Both clubs wanted Amelia Bedelia. Jumping and stomping looked like fun. She liked every jumper and stomper. But if she picked one club, she might hurt the feelings of her friends in the other club. Amelia Bedelia asked her teacher for help. It sounds like you are torn between two choices, said Miss Edwards. You're right, said Amelia Bedelia. It really hurts. After school, the Stompers and Jumpers tried to make Amelia Bedelia choose one club or another. I'll decide at recess tomorrow, Amelia Bedelia told them. Amelia Bedelia's mother was waiting for her at the bus stop. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day, said her mother. Not another day, said Amelia Bedelia. Rain and puddles don't come here. Come again another year. Sorry, sweetie, said her mother. It's going to rain buckets tonight. Amelia Bedelia was worried. Buckets of rain tonight meant millions of puddles tomorrow. At supper, Amelia Bedelia told her parents about being caught between two clubs. Wow, said her father. You're in a club sandwich. Amelia Bedelia knew her dad was joking, but at least he knew how she felt. Why choose? Asked her mother. Can't you join two clubs? Amelia Bedelia stopped chewing. That was the answer. She hugged her mom. At least she knew what to do. The next day it stopped raining right before recess. The playground was filled with oodles of puddles. Jumpers and stompers rushed outside. Everyone wanted to hear which club Amelia Bedelia was going to join. I'm joining my own club, said Amelia Bedelia. It's called Hop, Skip, and Jump Club. Then she showed what to do. First she hopped over a puddle. Hooray! Said the jumpers. Then Amelia Bedelia skipped to another puddle and jumped into it with a splash. Yippee! Cried the stompers. Everyone of the jumpers and stompers wanted to be in the Hop, Skip, and Jump Club. Even Miss Edwards. Nice work, Amelia Bedelia, said Miss Edwards. By joining your own club, you joined the other two clubs together. Amelia Bedelia was not thinking about that. She was just happy to see her class getting along again, even in the rain. The end. What was your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where her father said she's in a club sandwich. Amelia Bedelia by the yard. Amelia Bedelia and her parents were coming home from the park. They drove by a sign. Amelia Bedelia's mother shouted, "Pull over, pull over, garage sale." Amelia Bedelia looked out her window. She did not see a pullover sweater. She did see a lot of stuff for sale. All the stuff was spread out in someone's front yard. Amelia Bedelia's mother jumped out of the car. "Mom loves garage sales," said Amelia Bedelia's father. "Is she buying a new garage?" asked Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia's father shook his head. No, but we could use in our garage just to hold all the stuff he buys at garage sales, he said. Amelia Bedelia's mother brought back 2 treasures. She handed a book to Amelia Bedelia. She tossed a sweater to Amelia Bedelia's father. It's a pullover, she said. Is that the one you saw from the car? Said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia's father had already pulled the sweater over his head. Did you hear about the big garage sale next Saturday? He said. Where? Asked Amelia Bedelia's mother. At our house, he said. Let's get rid of our clutter. We need to wear out. For the next week, Amelia Bedelia and her parents sorted through the things they had not used in years. By Saturday, they were ready for their very own garage sale. Except for one thing, Amelia Bedelia was not happy with their sign. You can't sell our garage, said Amelia Bedelia. Where will our car sleep? Plus, the garage matches our house. Oh, honey, said Amelia Bedelia's mother, we'd never sell our garage. Let's try a different idea, said Amelia Bedelia's father. He held up a new sign. Is this better? No, wailed Amelia Bedelia. This is worse. Yard sale. I love our yard, even more than our garage. Okay, we will not sell either one, said Amelia Bedelia's mother. We will just sell things we put in the yard. People began stopping to look. It got crowded fast. Amelia Bedelia's parents were busy. Amelia helped too. Nice sewing machine, said the woman. Can you throw in a yardstick? Sure, said Amelia Bedelia. She ran behind the garage. There's a big pile of leaves and sticks there. She got as many sticks as she could carry. Here you go, said Amelia Bedelia. These sticks are from our yard. Pick one, I'll throw it in. The lady laughed. I'm looking for a yardstick. That is 36 inches long, she said. Amelia Bedelia grabbed a tall ruler from a messy box of stuff. She used it to measure the longest stick. This one is exactly 36 inches, she said. Perfect, said the woman. If I buy the sewing machine, will you throw in that ruler too? I will hand it to you, said Amelia Bedelia. It's a deal, said the woman. She looked around the yard. I'm making curtains, she said. I will need yards of fabric. Yards? Said Amelia Bedelia. That's a lot of fabric. It'll cover up Mom's flowers. The flowers are beautiful, said the woman. I would love to buy some of her plants. You can, said Amelia Bedelia. My dad says we are weeding out everything in the yard for sale. Amelia Bedelia found a shovel. She dug up some plants for the woman. By the end of the day, everything was sold. Amelia's parents were shocked to see the holes in their yard. Amazing, said Amelia Bedelia's father. At our yard sale, even our yard got sold. Amelia Bedelia's mother sighed. Who would buy the yard? She asked. A nice lady, said Amelia Bedelia. She does everything by the yard. Well, said Amelia Bedelia's mother, my plants will grow back soon. I do like getting rid of clutter. It makes things easier to find. The only thing I want to find is a pizza, said Amelia Bedelia's father. On their way to the pizza place, they passed on our sign. Garage sale. Tomorrow. And this time, Amelia Bedelia's mother did not say a single word. The end.